Our entire area under a severe thunderstorm watch. We even have a couple warnings out there. We'll talk about exactly where these storms are heading and what to expect up next.
It's a rally to support gay marriage. The Supreme Court ruling that came down today. The Sellersburg standoff suspect makes his first court appearance and claims he remembers nothing.
WDRB has a big reason to celebrate. We're giving you a look at what's happening behind the scenes.
From Louisville, WDRB News at 4 starts now.
Thanks for joining us this afternoon. I'm Elizabeth Woolsey.
And I'm Gilbert Coursey. Hail and high winds moving through the area right now.
Severe thunderstorm warnings in many counties in our area. Let's head over to Chief Meteorologist Mark Weinberg and Rick DeLuca for details.
Well, we've been watching these storms through the afternoon here, Rick. We had the cluster develop off to our north and west, come out of Illinois, and then move into our area. And as expected, it's producing quite a bit of severe weather. Some to 60 miles an hour, some winds to 70 miles an hour. And we've got a lot of counties under watches and warnings. The whole area is under a watch right now. And Rick, you've got a list of all the warnings that we have currently in effect.
Right, the warnings right now as they stand, northwest Clark County included, northern Harrison County, western Jefferson County, southeast Orange, Scott, and Washington County, all of southern Indiana included in this warning. That will last until 4:05 p.m. These are tracking to the east at 40 miles an hour. They are packing a punch with some 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts and some smaller hail. So those are the two primary threats that you really want to be prepared for. Other counties included southeast Trimble, Henry County. Both of these storm systems moving east at 25 miles an hour. That warning will not expire until 4:10 p.m. So be on your guard for some quarter-size hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds, and last but most certainly not least, we have Carroll County until 4:45. This storm also moving to the east at 30 miles an hour. So you sort of get the idea of the motion of these storms. Both have quarter-size hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds, and those are the two concerns.
And we just got a new warning here, just issued here. So this is just on the northwest of Louisville. I'm waiting for those counties to come in, but looks like northern Harrison, Clark, and Floyd County will go under severe thunderstorm warnings, and that is indeed correct. From the Weather Service right now, up to 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and those could cause a lot of tree damage. So that's something that we're going to have to watch very closely. Let me go back as we track through the radar here. I'll show you a few areas here, and Rick's going to do some storm tracks. We've got storms right now in Austin, Scottsburg, through around the Borden area. Those storms are heading off to the east and southeast at around 30 to 40 miles per hour, and that means locations that are going to be included and are going to get hit would be Henryville in 10 minutes with some strong winds, Milton 28 minutes from now, Craig 35 minutes from now, and Carrollton 37 minutes from now. Heading to the southern part of the line, you can see that really strong area, and this is the one that Rick and I are the most concerned about. From Salem, Fredericksburg through southeast, that's the one that's heading towards the metro. We'll track that one as it moves off towards the south and east. And Rick, take that right into the metro area, because that ultimately, if it holds together, will get into the metro in Louisville. So it puts it 7 minutes from now in Greenville, 20 minutes in the Charlestown area, Jeffersonville 27. Now, if it holds together and stays severe, we're talking about up to 70-mile-per-hour winds in about 35 minutes. So around 4:37 for the Louisville area. Notice that warning off to the north and west of Louisville. And then the other area that Rick mentioned earlier, this one's also moving off to the east. Rick's going to track this as well, producing hail to the size of quarters. This one has wind gusts to 60 miles per hour. It'll be in New in 13 minutes from now. It'll be in Sweet Owen in 28 minutes from now, and Josephine 39 minutes from now. So Louisville, if you are preparing to do any driving here in the next 35 to 40 minutes, maybe a good idea to bring the vehicles inside and prepare for up to 70-mile-per-hour winds. So the northern side of the metro right now, Elizabeth, under a severe thunderstorm warning with up to 70-mile-an-hour winds.
And that's equal to what we had in the windstorm several years ago, just to put that in perspective. All right, thanks, guys. A severe thunderstorm warning has just been issued for Louisville. We are just minutes away from potentially seeing some really stormy weather.
Yeah, the system has come through southern Indiana. I'm told 78-mile-an-hour winds, lightning, hail, and wind. Let's get over into the Weather Center. Rick DeLuca, Mark Weinberg. What can we expect?
Well, Gil, the strongest we've seen so far, 67-mile-an-hour winds out of the Mitchell area, and this is the same line that's now heading towards the Louisville area. So if you live in Louisville, it is now time to take your precautions for severe weather moving in. If you've got your vehicle outside and it's near some power lines or some tree limbs, it might be a good idea to move that vehicle away from there. But we just got the new warnings issued here. Rick's been kind of on the warnings for the afternoon here, and Rick, so we're extending those warnings now from southern Indiana across Louisville into Bullitt County.
Right, so Jefferson County and Louisville, you have to be prepared for this storm system. It is moving in your direction. Bullitt County, Clark, Floyd County, Harrison County, all included within this new warning that just came out. So you can see the areas that we're watching very carefully here. Again, a lot of heavy rain is expected with this storm system, so that's something you want to keep in mind. Flooding, it's basically inevitable at this point now, along with the flooding, some hail, And gusty winds. We've already had several reports of trees, the limbs coming down, and again, that could lead to some power outages. A lot of hail, marble to nickel-sized hail reported in Scottsburg. Also in Ramsey, Indiana, seeing some hail. So these are locations that you really want to watch closely here as we go through the next couple hours. And Mark, it seems like this storm system is just minutes away from hitting the metro.
It really is right now. So Silver Creek and Charlestown, you're seeing the strong winds, 60 to 70 mile-per-hour winds. Georgetown through Corydon, 60 to 70 mile-an-hour winds. I think more closer to 60 is likely. The reason I kind of defer between 60 and 70 is 70 is considered destructive and normally will produce a lot of damage. 60 normally produces damage, but not an incredibly destructive event. With that said, let's track this from Charlestown, Silver Creek around the corner here as it moves across the metro area. It's coming at about 50 miles an hour here. So it puts it in downtown Louisville 4 minutes from now. Up to 70 mile-an-hour winds in downtown Louisville in 4 minutes. 10 minutes in St. Matthews. It'll be in the J-Town area in 18 minutes. Shelbyville in 35 minutes. And if it holds together, Mount Washington, 38 minutes from now, expect to see some strong to severe storms. This is the one we've been watching here, potentially to maybe produce some quarter-size hail near the Ramsey area and Crandall. That's along Highway 335 northeast. So if you live near Crandall, be prepared. You could see some hail. This is also producing some flooding, as Rick mentioned. We did get some reports out of Paola flooding, but near Livonia, near Oregon Springs, near Hardinsburg, Indiana, you could potentially see some flooding. And as this comes across the Louisville area, you know, Rick, even if we're just talking about rain, I mean, we're talking about it's going to be pouring. So we'll get that initial burst of the potential damaging winds. And from there, we're going to be dealing with rain right through the drive home. And some of that rain could be really heavy at times. I would say 1 to maybe 1.5 or even 2 inches of rain could fall in the Louisville metro area. So if you have any plans here and you're driving home over the next 15 minutes or so, or even the next hour for that matter, it's probably a really good idea to keep the speeds down and just be prepared. Damaging winds and very heavy rain across the area. We're going to continue to watch this. Louisville is under a warning. Time, I believe, until around 5-ish.
Yeah, 5-ish or so. I think about 20 minutes or so.
Okay, 20 minutes or so. Louisville remains under a warning, and we'll have an update here for you again in 10 minutes. But Elizabeth and Gil, 4 minutes from now, it'll be in the downtown Louisville area.
A quick and potentially powerful storm, guys. We'll check back with you soon.